Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Michael Gallup is heading into his third season, and he's really developed into a really nice number two receiver working down there in conjunction with Amari Cooper. But then the Cowboys, 17 overall. I get it. Can't pass up value. Oklahoma wide receiver CeeDee Lamb coming in. Yeah. So then the NFL Twitter account put out this pic. So it's like, oh, the big bad Cowboys offense. So it's Zeke, and it's Dak, and it's Amari, CD, and it's just missing someone. So, question is, should the Vikings make a play for Michael Gallup? Is he potentially available? At least they should inquire. Yes, they should do all those things. So let's talk about today. Also, talk about a brand new sponsor of the program, Brand MN. That's right. Sexy ass shirt. Boom. Great hat. All the stuff. Minnesota sports inspired gear. Get it. Link down below. Use promo code REALJEROME. You get 15% off. Boom. Hit that up. So, background. Michael Gallup. 6'1", $198, 24 years old. I mean, he's slightly older than Jeff Gladney. Former Colorado State Ram wide receiver. Teammates with Ola B.C. Johnson. Back in the day. Started out at Butler Community College. Finished his final two collegiate seasons with the Rams, and he put up 176 catches, 2,698 yards, and 21 touchdowns over 2 seasons. If that was 1 season, that'd be a record. They'd probably win the Heisman. Actually, they'd probably give his quarterback the Heisman, but yeah, whatever. Combine didn't really stand out in anything. Short arms, average testing athlete, but that's why we always caution about the testing numbers versus actual game speed, actual game quickness and agility, etc. Where and also other way around too. If a guy just blows up the combine, but you don't see him working well on tape, he looks a little bit awkward, he's not doing well against competition, then putting definitely too much credence into the combine. But with Gallup, I mean, anyone with 2 eyes with Gallup a couple years ago, just seeing him at Colorado State, as well as doing some early work on Preston Williams and Ola B.C. Johnson, is like, oh, Gallup can play. He was pretty damn legit. Ended up being a third-round pick, 81st overall in 2018 by the Cowboys. He was the 9th receiver off the board, but you can certainly say that he's up there with the DJ Chark, as well as there's one other Pro Bowler that's taken above him. I forget, but he is certainly becoming one of the more seasoned, one of the more decorated wide receivers of that draft class. Put up 33 catches, 507 yards, and 2 touchdowns as a rookie. Really blew up in 2019. 66 catches, 1,107 yards, 6 touchdowns, and really became a nice deep threat option for the Cowboys. And, he's got a really nice burst to separate. He's a very refined route runner. He's got a little shimmy, gets some separation off the line, even though, yes, not a testing monster. But at the bottom line, at the end of the day, all the other cliches, can the dude play? Michael Gallup certainly can do that. Plus, specifically for the Vikings, primarily an outside receiver, which is great. 748 of his 846 snaps in 2019 came out wide, 88.4%. So he was fired up as a wide receiver too. I mean, 1,000-yard season, and then a wide receiver just falling in the draft was too much value to pass up. Like, this is a diet version of the Randy Moss scenario from 1998, where Randy Moss fell, much different reasons than CeeDee Lamb, but falling nonetheless. And you do have to wonder if Jerry Jones was sort of haunted by that, because he passed on Randy Moss. I think they went with Greg Ellis. And then Randy Moss just tore him a new one on Thanksgiving Day. So seeing a wide receiver dropping that far, even though you do have 2 really nice wide receivers. So Michael Gallup is the Jake Reed in this scenario. So it sort of makes sense that maybe Dallas could ship off Gallup, or could they keep all 3? I mean, certainly could. It's nice to have 3 wide receiver weapons for Andy Dalton. But you can have 3 deep 2.0. Have Amari play a ton of slot, Gallup and Lamb on the outside. But also with big financial commitments on the O-line, with Dak coming up if they keep him, Zeke and Amari Cooper. I mean, there's like a 0.0% chance that you're going to be able to keep Michael Gallup in 2 years once his rookie deal is up. So if you're able to get some immediate value now, I mean, would you do it? I mean, the Patriots traded a 2 for Mo Sanu last year, so I think that's relatively fair for Gallup. But, I mean, the Cowboys also down a 5th-round pick in 2021 that they traded to the Eagles in division to get up in the 4th round to get Tyler Biadasz coming out of Wisconsin to replace Travis Frederick. Vikings do have 2 extra 4ths and a 5th, plus whatever comp picks come in. Likely a 3rd round, probably a 6th round, and some other sugar in there. So I mean, do the Vikings go full Antonio Brown? Hey, 3rd and a 5th for Gallup. That's not bad. If you add those together, trade chart relatively, it's approximate value of a second-round pick. Maybe even a 3 and a 4 if you want to push it a little bit, because he's 24 years old. He's a very solid outside receiver coming off a 1,000-yard season, relatively expendable for the Cowboys, and the Vikings do have ample 2021 draft compensation to potentially pull off a deal here where it wouldn't ding them too much. I mean, it's worth a shot, right? Plus, don't sleep on how players play against the Vikings and Spielman, because I feel like that there's a weird thing. Well, actually, it sort of makes sense where if a player just completely owns you or has a good game against you, you see that on tape, you're impressed by him, and then if the potential to bring him aboard sort of makes sense, right? So Gallup went for 4 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown against the Vikings last season, Week 10 Sunday Night Football. Cowboys lost, by the way, 28-24, no big deal. Kirk Cousins gets it done in primetime. But again, don't sleep on a player, how a player performs against the Vikings, because look at Favre all those years. Look at Greg Jennings all those years. You look at Mike Wallace. Mike Wallace, that 2-touchdown game, was it 2013 or 2014? 2014 against the Vikings, and the Vikings just magically trade for him in the offseason. I think that was a big part. Oh, as well as Anthony Zettel, the way that he played against the Vikings 2017, and then all of a sudden bringing him aboard. So don't sleep on that tie-in there. But even though I do think the Vikings have a nice wide receiver room, you got Thielen, you got Jefferson, let's go. Plus BC and Tajay Sharp and company. I like KJ Osborne. I really like Courtney Davis, but I mean, what is the harm of at least inquiring, right? And plus, if you can land Michael Gallup for relatively cheap, again, that 3 and the 5, possibly the 3 and the 4, or maybe even the 2, it's a big ask. But if they go for it, why not? Why the hell not? So, again, this could be pie in the sky stuff, but whatever. That's what we do on this channel. But your thoughts, Michael Gallup, question mark? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo and give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.